Hi YouTube, Musical Aviator here. You've probably seen this airport plenty of times. And this aircraft. Not the one right in front of you, that one right over there. Virgin Australia Boeing 737 in the colours of Virgin Australia. Pretty nice and clear out here in Sydney this week. After basically a fortnight of massive thunderstorms. It's nice to have it dry. We'll be heading down, of course, to Melbourne. It is Milkrun Monday. Let's go aboard. First things to do, up here, of course, lining the IRS. And at the moment we can turn that off because the APU is obviously shut down. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? Firstly, I think I need to turn up the voice there. Yep, to about 100%. I think we have a full complement tonight with any luck. Alright, let's have a look up there. 7 minutes for the alignment. Let's get the passengers on.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Position initialization, we'll take the GPS position.
Hello.
Sydney to Melbourne. Routing number 1. Co-route. Sydney H1 865 to Razzie to Melbourne. That's not correct, is it? I have one that is from Tessa. Maybe it's 02. There it is. That's the current one. Tessa to Razzie to Melbourne. There it is. Performance initialization. Today we have 54 tons. And let's have a look at the reserves. We're using Avalon as our alternate, which needs 900.
Traffic.
Fixed reserve.
Hudson 52, hold on final runway.
Fixed reserve is 1,000, so it's 1.9.
Morning. Thank you.
And we'll have an extra 20 minutes contingency and holding of 20 minutes as well. Cost index 35. Flight level 380. 10,000 there. Let's have a listen to the ATIS, which is on 12625.
Parallel long operation progress. Wind 140 degrees, 5 meters. Visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Cloud, view 2,500 feet. Temperature 19, QNH 1013. On first contact with Sydney ground or approach, notify receipt of information alpha. Sydney terminal information alpha, expect ILS approach, then independent visual approach and visual. Do not pass through a signed runway center line. Runway 16 left and right for runway.
16 left and right.
Parallel runway operation.
Cool.
Progress. Wind 140.
Station Alpha, let's go to ground 1217.
Visibility greater than 10 kilometers, view 2,500 feet. Temperature 19, QNH 10.
City ground, velocity 882, requesting close to Melbourne.
Velocity 882, you are cleared to Melbourne via Wollongong planned route. Maintain 5,000, Nina 5 departure, Wollongong transition, runway 16 right, squawk 4453, departures with 124.4.
Gary velocity 882 is clear to Melbourne via Wollongong. The Dina 5 departure. Wollongong transition, runway 16 right. Initial climb is 5,000. Squawk code 4453, departures 124.4. Velocity 882.
Velocity 882.
Cool. So let's plug that all in. It's a long runway, so we can derate. And we'll derate to also 35. That's 92% and 1. And standard climb. Taking off with flat 5 and center gravity trim today is 23.6. Departure runway 16 right via the Dina 5. Wollongong transition. Execute that. We will have 2 Wollongongs, of course. Close that discontinuity. Execute.
Golf Romeo 516, Sydney ground.
Alrighty, let's talk about our position on the airfield. We are in domestic 3 apron, gate number 38. We'll be pushing back with our nose to the left, tail to the right. Taxiing out via Golf and then probably Bravo 4. Bravo. And we're looking to either take off on the Bravo 3 or Bravo 2. Sounds like we're done boarding. In which case we can start up our APU. Fuel pump forward and starting. Okay, let's do safety brief. We have a 3,962 metre long runway in pretty much perfect weather conditions. We derating quite a fair way. I'd imagine our V1 and rotation speed are probably going to be quite similar. I'll have a look there. I'll also fill in this the cruise wind today on the forecast. That's something that PFPX can help me with. Cruise wind at flight level 380 is 268,111. And it gets stronger the further south you get. So I'll take a middle ground 264 at 117. Very good, and our top of climb outside air temperature at flight level 380 is minus 52. Set. Go. That's a brief departure where the let's say southwest departures. Dina 5 departure. It's a runway heading 355 up to 800 feet and returning direct to Dunes, and then up to Dina, direct to Campi, direct to Wollongong, then as flight planned route. On the briefing of safety there, we obviously have ourselves a pretty nice long runway. 100 knots is our abort speed, and then we'll take the V speeds. Thrusters set already. V speeds is 135 for the rotation and 143 on V2 climb out safety. We cleared 5,000. We can abort takeoff all the way up to rotation. After that we're obviously airborne once the nose leaves the ground. Probably not a wise idea to abort once you're already airborne. So assuming if we have that kind of situation, we'll get ourselves airborne. It's all nice and VFR. We can make a visual approach. We can even make a visual approach into runway 34 right if we needed to. But assuming everything works well, we'll be on the LNAV and VNAV, so we might as well start up our flight directors and get on the bus. Front door closing.
Sydney ground is Emirates 001 and it's
Okay,
7.
let's close the
Request
cabin.
clearance to Melbourne.
I will make an announcement here. Seatbelt signs are on. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking from the flight deck. My name is Trent, and joining me on the flight deck this morning is YouTube. We'll be flying Virgin Australia Flight 882 from Sydney to Melbourne and departing in just a minute. The flight deck door has been locked and our main left door is also closed. We're pretty much ready for pushback. I will get back to you once we're in the air and on the way down to Melbourne with a little bit more information about our arrival, including the weather in Melbourne, which currently is not too cloudy. They've had a very nice winter's day today. The forecast, however, is a little bit worse overnight with showers developing and some fairly heavily gusting winds, which we may well encounter on our way down. Nevertheless, I do ask that you sit back and relax and enjoy the flight and enjoy the Virgin service. Cabin crew, arm doors and cross-check. Okay, let's chat to Sydney. Okay, we're on bus, we're on leads. Save the heat's on. Door dampener is on.
Sydney ground, Emirates 001, copy the clearance. Welcome departure will maintain 5,000. Initial, runway 16 right, DNF 5, departure, squawk 4455, and 124.4, 1 airborne. Emirates 01.
Emirates 001.
So ready
And
to
Sydney
push.
ground, Golf Romeo 516 requesting push and start.
Golf Romeo 516, push and start approved.
Just one thing we needed to do down here. Now they can attach our airplane. Sydney ground velocity 882, information alpha, ready for push, domestic 3, gate 38.
Velocity 882, push and start approved.
Push start approved, velocity 882. Aha, front door. Now that all our cargo doors are closed, cool, gear is locked.
Departure check completed. Flight has been inserted. Release parking brake.
And Sydney
Parking
ground,
brake
Golf
release.
516 request taxi
All
to
engines
16
clear.
right.
Start that wheel.
Golf Romeo 516, can you take an intersection departure, sir?
Hey, firm, happy with that 516.
Golf Romeo 516, taxi via Golf, the Golf holding point, runway 16 right.
I'm not taking golf. If they ask me for an intersection departure, we'll go for Bravo
holding
3.
point 16 right, 516.
Bravo 4 is risky. I'd rather Bravo 3. We're on the push. We can start up. So APU is on the bleed. Packs are off. And we'll start engine number 2. And collision lights are on. Engine number 2 set ground. And 2 is rising. And 322, engine number 2 set idle. Start the cutout, take engine number 1, set the ground.
In the garage, YSSY 37 vacated on hold for 3 abreast taxi to the international terminal.
Jetstar 37, taxi via Alpha.
20%,
Golf,
engine number 1 set
to the
idle.
bay and cross runway 07.
Flight Alpha and Golf to the bay and cross 07, Jetstar 37.
Set parking brakes.
Parking brake is set. Start cutout.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass being removed.
Okay, let's review all the way up here. All dark there. AC and frequencies are fine. APU is not on the bleed or on the bus. We can shut down the APU.
Sydney ground, g'day, corner 493 on the ground of Sydney.
Right is clear.
Requesting 10.
So flap 5 for takeoff.
Honest
And
493,
trim
stand
setting
by.
needs to be 5.11. Right there. Happy with that. Let's go for the taxi and complete that checklist. Flap set, green light, and stabilizer trim is set. Let's go and check our flight controls. All the way to the right's good. All the way to the left is fine.
Honest 493, your
That's
clearance
good.
is available. Corner 493, just before we do get our clearance, are you able to provide me the latest aerodrome weather information for Sydney? I don't have an ATIS currently online here at Sydney. The weather is currently as follows. Winds 160 at 0.4 knots and visibility is Cabo OK, temperature 19, QNH 1013. Copy the latest weather QNH 1013, ready for clearance. Honest 493. Honest 493, you are cleared to Melbourne via Wollongong planned route.
Let's
Maintain
move up to the end of the
5000,
bay there.
runway 16 right, Nina 5 departure, Wollongong transition for 4460, departure frequency 124.4. Cleared to Melbourne via Wollongong and recline maintain 5000, runway 16 right, Nina 5 departure, Wollongong transition for 4460, departures 124.4, Qantas 493. Qantas 493.
City ground, velocity 882 is ready for taxi, information alpha.
Velocity 882, taxi via Golf, Bravo, stand by, ignore last transition. Velocity 882, can you take an intersection departure, sir?
Velocity 882 will take Bravo 3 if I can.
Velocity 882, taxi via Golf Bravo to the Bravo 3 holding point, runway 16 right.
Give it, taxi via Golf Bravo 3 holding point, runway 16 right, velocity 882.
Velocity 882, and Golf Romeo 516, contact tower 120.5.
0.5.
Going to tower
Still, that's
120.5,
not nice. Yeah.
City ground, good evening, Connor, South 487, now on the ground city request.
105 is our next frequency. We are not squawking the correct code yet. 44.
Via Wollongong planned route, maintain 5,000.
53.
Runway 16 right, Dina 5 departure, Wollongong transition.
Cool.
Walk 4457.
Standby.
Departure frequency 124.4.
Cross 47, clear to Melbourne, Wollongong, plan route 5,000, runway 16 right, Dina 5 departure, Wollongong transition. Stroke 4457.
On to Golf.
Approach 1244, Qantas 487. Qantas 487.
Right hand turn here at Golf. On to Bravo 4.
Ready.
No.
City ground Qantas Steph 493. Request pushing start. Qantas 493, pushing start approved. Pushing start approved, Qantas 493.
Sydney ground to Qantas 487, Qantas domestic base 3, request pushback.
Qantas 487, pushing start approved. Traffic ESA 737, pushing out of the bay next to you. Just keep an eye on it.
We'll carry out the traffic 487, thanks.
Velocity 850 requesting clearance to Melbourne as follows.
Velocity 850, you're cleared to Melbourne via Wollongong planned route. Maintain 5,000. Dina 5 departure. Wollongong transition.
Yeah, set up the
runway
transponder.
16 right.
Yeah, right.
Walk 4461. Departures with 124.4.
Velocity 850, sorry, what are the departures?
Dina 5 departure, Wollongong transition, runway 16 right.
FlightAware has filed departure Wollongong, maintain
Brakes on.
5,000 squawk 4461.
Let's have a chat to the tower. With the radar and test.
Monitor radar display. Go around. Wind
Sydney
shear
tower,
ahead.
velocity 882, holding short
Wind
of
shear
runway
ahead.
16 right, fully ready.
Wind shear ahead.
Velocity 882, winds 160 knots, clear to take off runway 16 right, destination 4 today.
16 right, clear for takeoff, velocity 882. Okay, takeoff flows, we have landing lights, continuous ignition, strobes on, and clock. Auto throttle is armed. And looking for a heading of 155. We have been cleared for takeoff. To 50%. Stable. Toga. Takeoff offset. Airspeed active, 80 knots. 100.
V1. V1. V2.
Hold to the brake, gear up. $1,500, climb thrust set. And departure frequency 124.4. Set. Front one.
411% left, heading 240 for base.
Flaps up.
Golf Romeo 516, climb to final with 0.
Three tracks are off.
Please repeat the level, 516. Golf Romeo 516, climb to final with 280. Climb 280, 516.
Sydney departures, velocity 882, climbing 5,000 out of 4,000. 1,000 go.
Velocity 882, approach today, identified.
Chassis identified. Maintaining 5.
On 421, contact tower 120.5.
120.5, thank you for your service from Scott 421.
Oh, pilot's in.
Qantas 454, turn right heading 360.
First level of the 75 to 7200 thousand real with this information from it.
What's the 875 approach today, standby? What's the 882, climb 5 with 280.
Check. I like that building better.
Velocity 411, turn left heading 190.
Wouldn't mind climbing out of 5,000 at
Speed
some point.
runway 16 left approach.
That'd be nice.
Say again, please.
Velocity 411, turn left heading 190. Set the localizer, cleared ILS, runway 16 left approach.
Then left heading 190, clear pilot. Thank you.
Jetstar 813, descend to 3000. Jetstar 813, descend to 3000. Velocity 875, approach, send to 6,000, landing runway 16 right.
Runway 16 right, 6,000, velocity 875.
Jetstar 813, reduced to 200 knots.
Using 200 knots, fantastic.
Jetstar 813, turn right 20 degrees to intercept the ILS, runway 16 left, cleared ILS approach.
And runway 20 degrees, clear for action, runway 16 left, British 1013, thank you.
Seeing the approach velocity 882, maintaining 5,000, pretty close to leaving control zone.
G 882, sorry, what we gave you flight level 280.
Okay, flight level 280, velocity 882.
On a 320, descend to 3,000.
Level 280,
Down to 3,000 for the 320.
On a 411, contact tower 1205.
Selecting tower 105, velocity control.
Jetstar 813, continue reducing the final approach speed, you're 5 miles behind preceding 737.
Copy that. Thank you.
Okay,
Velocity 875, approach
Up, take off, checks.
6,000, and the other
engine bleeds are on.
Velocity 875, maintain 6,000, expect independent
Packs
visual
auto,
approach.
landing gear up and off, flaps are up, no lights.
Velocity 875, say again.
Up, takeoff checks complete.
Velocity 875, maintain 6,000, you have 38 miles to run.
Maintain 6,000, velocity 875. And what are you maintaining for the heading?
Velocity 875, 18 for him.
Okay, the present heading, velocity 875.
Jetstar 813, continue reducing speed, contact tower 120.5.
Taxi. Tower 120.5. Thank you.
On a 320, turn right heading 110.
10,000,
Right,
QH 1013.
for the 320.
Golf Romeo 516, contact centre 125.2.
This is maintained to centre on 125.2, 516.
Velocity 875, cancel start, turn left heading 330 down.
Here's the time, left heading 330 down to 075.
Just as we climb here, gonna have a look at our
On a
sequence.
320, continue left turn heading 120 and step below climber, cleared ILS runway 16 right approach.
Continue turn to 120, then set left line for cleared ILS, approach number 16 right, approach 600.
Velocity 882, contact centre 125.12. Good day.
Center 125.2, velocity 882, sir. 125.2. Set.
Number center, Jetstar 534 is climbing through flight level 200 for 240.
Jetstar 534, steady good day, standby, brake, permissible 61, correct approach 132, days and 30 today.
Qantas 461, contact approach 132.0, good day.
132.0, thanks for the ATC, good night.
Yeah, Jetstar 534, Milk Bay, climb flight level 370.
Climb flight level 370, just South 534.
Bit of a headwind. Not liking it. That's going to pick up really heavy up in the upper levels. We've had some word that some aircraft are planning flight level 260. Melbourne Centre velocity 882 is climbing through flight level 180 from flight level 280. Just based on some weather we've received for ACARS, we'd like to make flight level 280 our final level.
Velocity 882, Sydney Bay, climb momentum flight level 280.
Climb momentum flight level 280, velocity 882. That should hopefully keep us below the worst of it.
Approach 124, decimal 4 down.
Over, approach 124,
Just a re-dispatch over here.
Velocity 880, 60% for 150.
Scene flight level 150 was the ATC.
We'll tread cautiously on up. I think around about 260 is the sweet spot. But 280 might be fine. If we need to, we can always come back down. There's 33, straight on the nose. 34, 35.
All stations inbound Melbourne to information X-ray now. Current changes with 010 degrees 25 knots. QNH 1007 information X-ray.
Just up. 41.
Zone 87040 San Level 150.
150, New Zealand 874.
Yeah, I need to redispatch this.
Velocity 232, maintain present speed.
Will endeavour. Just talking to the weather engine.
I'll be arriving with 3.9, which is actually more
It's just proceeding aircraft
than expected.
8321.
I actually want to go down.
Behind you, you're on another 100 knots. So
60 knots.
faster than you.
Well, where's the best spot? Where's our sweet spot?
Okay, we'll maintain pretty
High as we can go without being in this massive headwind
CC.
is 240. Again, 63 is not too bad to be honest. 34 would be slightly better, but only by what, 30 knots. Let's just check that. Run this through.
Velocity 867, 10,000, QNH.013.
Speed for level 10,000, QNH 1013, velocity 880.
Save even more by being down at level 240. Let's do it. We're going to get under this massive headwind. See what time's off. At least there's no turbulence. Let's go back down. And pump up that cost index as well. So we can do it this way, 0.76. Level 10 velocity 882, if we can descend to flight level 240 for the cruise.
Velocity 882, say that again.
I'd like to descend to flight level 240 for final level.
Velocity 882, descend for level 240.
Down to flight level 240, velocity 882, thank you. Down we go. Watch this headwind go away. I'm just taking a look at PFPX and just running through some flight levels. Basically by descending, we get there some 4 minutes early, and having burnt about, about 50, 60 kilograms less. Yeah, we know. Off schedule descent. Level 240 set. Sorry about that indecision there. 60 knots through level 270. In fact, let's just slam it down. Might as well talk to the cabin. Singing.
124.4, velocity 880, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain speaking from the flight deck. We've climbed up to an altitude of 24, well, passing about 25,000 feet at the moment. Descending now just to get a bit of headwind. There is a quite a large jet stream that's popped up just above us, and so we decided to scoot down below that jet stream, which is a area of high headwind just above us. This way we'll get to Melbourne a little bit quicker and a lot less bumpier, and I think everyone will be happier with that outcome. Once again, thanks for flying with us today on the Velocity Virgin Australia flight 882 service from Sydney to Melbourne. Once we do settle into our new cruise altitude, we'll be looking at our arrival time. At this stage we're looking at about
Rivet 2
4
arrival,
minutes
1
before
runway
the
16 right, and maintaining flight level 370.
So I should get you in to Melbourne pretty much on time, as expected. Taking a look at the wind and such things in Melbourne at the moment. We've got a nice steady breeze of about 25 knots or 40 kilometres an hour, and no clouds or no significant clouds around at the moment. There is a little bit of a forecast for some turbulence, and from about 9 o'clock, so in about an hour when we're arriving, we're going to get a little bit more wind picking up. Throughout the day, we do expect to see a little bit of cloud increasing and perhaps some thunderstorms in the evening.
Jetstar 524, wind
Forecast for
ready,
tomorrow
descent
is a
190.
top, that's correct, a top maximum temperature of 16 degrees. That's in Celsius. And lots of rain, lots of wind. Typical
Jetstar
Melbourne.
524, wind ready, descent flight level 190.
Anyway, I hope you enjoy your flights. Have a
When ready, down to flight
restful
level
journey
190,
onwards to
Jetstar
Melbourne.
524. And I think the moisture
I'll
is
talk to
having
you
a
again
little
once
bit of
we
trouble.
open much at Melbourne.
524.
Weather radar's looking pretty good.
Star 530 mil,
Let's pick up back into the nav. Cruise target 0.76, I can go 0.77. That might be a little bit hard.
516 with you, flight level 360, requesting 280 from us.
That's a bit better.
Go from 516, clock level 380.
So saving fuel by being lower and out of the 110 knot headwind, which
go from
wasn't terribly pleasant
516,
at all.
10 12 280.
280, 516, thank you.
Yeah, 88 knots at flight level 280, and obviously down here we have 31. Quite a significant difference just for a couple of thousand feet. Let's stick some of these cruise winds in. We have legs page, rat data. Tracking. Next one is Rummy at level 26, say again, 240. And 25 at 46. Let's see what Tanta will be. It is going to be 277 at 42. So there's 277 at 42, which is a lot of improvement from 177 up at flight level 380. Naba is 287 at 50. See, that's starting to actually pick up a bit there. And at Bulla, it'll be 291 at 56.
Lost again, 78, descend at 9,000, QNH 1007.
9,000 QNH 1007, velocity 870.
Descent forecast. We have altitudes, flight level 190. Might as well chuck in. And we have 140 and 9,000. For those, we have 302 at 50. And flight level 140, we have 306 at 38. And down at 9,000, it's 312 at 27. How's that go for the progress? Not bad. I've actually gained a minute. 2 minutes.
Velocity 887, when ready, descent flight level 190.
When ready, descending flight level 190.
You should be a little bit nicer down here.
New Zealand 874, country approach 124, decimal 4 there.
124, decimal 4, New Zealand 874, thanks for the service.
Yeah. Velocity 232 with normal speed.
I resume normal speed.
Melbourne, Denver, Connor, Store 87, a very good evening to you. We're climbing flight level 1 for the 1280.
Connor 287, very good evening to you as well. Seneca Day, flight level 40, just reported by one aircraft before severe turbulence through one, I believe it was 150 and 300.
Copy that. This turbulence, so we'll be aware of that. Flight level 400, that's very nice, Connor 287.
Cheers.
So we go, nice 31 knots, a lot nicer than 110. It's always useful to have a look at the planning. I probably should have done it before takeoff, but you know, trying to get airborne as quick as we can, then we'll deal with what happens once we're up there. That's the Vatsim way, isn't it? Anyway, I've been using PFPX to just take a look around, and I did notice that down flight level 240 we've got this nice little 31 knot wind instead of 110. Had WorldFlight crew Golf Romeo 516 having a chat to me, saying that they're coming down as well. He was up at flight level 360 watching me slowly overtake him. Maybe not so slowly.
All stations inbound Sydney, information Charlie. Now current changes wind 160 degrees, 4 knots, 281.013. Information Charlie.
Look at where we are in relation to the rest of the world. Thinking that's Lake Jindabyne, can't quite tell. Yep. So we're over the Australian Alps at the moment. You don't see any snow because currently there's not any snow there in real life. Hoping that's not snow. Yeah, pretty sure that's like Jindabyne.
Connor 487, connect center 125, that's the sir.
The 125, that's 10, we'll see that. Connor 487.
Yeah. Just 524, connect center 125, that's the sir.
Over to Melbourne, center 125.0 for Jetstar 524.
Yeah. Velocity 887, connect center 125, that's the sir.
Center 125.0, velocity 882.
Hudson 91, connect center 125, that's the sir.
Not sure that's Russ.
Hudson 91, affirmative, connect center 125, that's the sir. And velocity 887, connection to 125, station 0 down.
1250, velocity 887, go.
Down. Velocity 878, connection approach 132, station 0 down.
132.0, velocity 878, good night.
7,000 below. What would that be?
Chilling 558, contact center 125, data from 0.
125, left 10, on a flight level.
So we are blasting away at flight level 240 with a nice little 30 knot headwind. So often you get to do the Milkrun down at flight level 240 and beat the guys above you. Yeah, might as well start looking at briefing the arrival. I'm imagining we'll be on runway 34.
Qantas Port 90 with you.
Qantas Port 90, Melbourne Center, good day, climb level 3 at 9 of that.
Climb level 390, Qantas Port 90.
I'm in range of Aviators by now, 1327.
Melbourne, terminal information. X-ray, runway 34, wind 010, degree 25 knot. Cab OK, temperature 18, QNH 1007. On first contact with Melbourne, ground or approach. Notify receipt of X-ray. Melbourne, terminal information. X-ray, runway 34, wind 010, degree 25 knot. Cab OK, temperature 18.
There's information X-ray. 25 knots on the wind, but it's steady. 010 and QNH is 1007 for the moment. I reckon we'll be looking for the Lizzie Victor, the visual approach. That's my preferred one. .640 is the ILS approach from runway 16. It's about 200 feet above the runway. Let's kick up and have a look at the approach. Star Lizzie 2 Victor. My favourite.
Send Golf Romeo 516.
Golf Romeo 5167.
Then I'm going to go from your 516. So at flight level 280, requesting 260.
Golf Romeo 5160, send flight level 260.
As you descend, you'll notice that his wind drops up a little.
516, thank you.
That is up
Right. Velocity 232, connect center 125, thanks for 0.
I'll request the Victor if we don't get it.
Velocity 882, start clearance available.
Velocity 882, go ahead.
Velocity 882, Lizzie 2 Zulu arrival, runway 4, maintain flight level 240.
Copy, Lizzie 2 Victor arrival, runway 34, maintaining flight level 240, velocity 882.
And velocity 882, just making sure that was the Zulu arrival if you wish to take a picture just above.
882, say again, sorry.
Velocity 882, that was the Zulu, Lizzie 2 Zulu arrival, but if you wish to take the Victor arrival, just advise me.
Yeah, Victor's nicer for us, so we'd love it.
Velocity 882, roger, you're really cleared. Lizzie 2 Victor with arrival runway 34, maintain flight level 240.
Lizzie 2 Victor arrival for the visual approach, runway 34, maintain flight level 240, velocity 882.
Velocity 882.
Nicer than stuffing around with RNAV procedures and stuff, in my opinion. Let's stick that in.
Get off runway following, take start clearance available.
Number 10, pretty copy, 516.
3
Get off
4.
runway 516, Lizzie 2 Zulu arrival,
To
runway
Victor.
34, maintain flight level 260.
3. See how that looks on the
Speedy, Lizzie 2 Zulu arrival for runway 34 and maintaining 200, 516.
Get off runway 516. Take start 455, start clearance available.
Suki. That's new. Cool. Alright, so we don't need that other one then. Let's jump
Let's
into
start
the
455, start clearance available.
Lizzie to Lizzie to close the discontinuity. Let's step that through again.
Jetstar 534, connect to 125.
I like it.
Sir.
That's good. Let's brief it. Carrier cleared via the Lizzie 2 Victor arrival, as per request. Visual approach. Expect to cross Mate, which is the first of the low points after Lizzie, M-A-I-T-E. And we will expect to do that at or below 9,000.
Jetstar 534, connect to 125.
And you can see that's already set. 240 knots. From there we cross Epcon, we need to reduce speed, 230 knots. From there to Monty,
Jetstar 530, confirm to King Aaron, Alpha Romeo
and Egeka at 185 knots. Sheed at or above 2,500, at which point we start a descent of greater than 3 degrees, so it's about 3.5 degree glide path, all the way down to the runway. There's a Suki, which we do not fly over.
Jetstar 530, at
Just
the moment,
happens to be a 3 mile point.
Aaron, available, can you check direct and notice?
And we expect to line up with runway about 2.5. About 2.5 mile high. There to there. Very good. Visual approach is straight ahead.
516 speed.
Up to 3,000.
Go ahead, 516.
Pick up runway 516, just say your current speed.
And we do have cautionary runway 34, indicated by 3 seconds left.
0.780, 0.780.
Let's push that hard.
Jump runway 516.
You might need to push it a bit hard as well. 0.77. And the descent forecast will make it 300.
Jetstar 530, you're not tracking NONA, just advise when tracking NONA, please. If you are unable to check command, please advise. Just 530, roger.
Sonic class 487 on the back with you, full climate, flight level currently 270,
Just 487, Cynic back.
Right, continuing with the brief, we don't need any nav aids. It is a visual approach. We have a cautionary towel here that runway 34 is indicated by 3 signals light, white strobe lights commencing fortunately 5 metres from the end of the runway and aligned with runway 34 centre line. And there's an airport called Essendon, just 5 nautical miles southeast of the airport. So they planned at the wrong one. That's what they're saying there. Okay, we'll be using auto brake 2 and looking to vacate on the Foxtrot. Wind at the moment is 25 knots, so we can probably handle about 30 today. It's 140 knots, let's do it. About 30 and our arrival speed 145. So effectively we'll be landing 145 airspeed and with a 25 knot wind. It's almost a headwind. Maybe bumped 5 knots off there. About 120 knots ground speed.
It's 537.
So speed 140, 145 on the approach.
530 seconds. Just started saying.
Descent checklist, pressurization, land altitude set 450.
So we set a course for the main 3 maintaining flight level 3 and 8 with you.
Recall.
Course
Check.
5, 3 miles, Cynic Bay.
And clear. Auto brake is set for 2. Landing data VREF is set. Minimums is also set for 640. I think we might just make it. And the elevation is 330. Let's do it 500 feet. Let's give us a nice little. That's 830. .830 is set, that's our visual approach, and we want to be roughly stable by then. Fully configured well before that. In fact, we probably want to be passing Sheed fully configured for landing. Flat 30, gear down, all that kind of stuff. 20 knots, so again 20 miles, top percent. Last check in with the
Course 487.
Right. 0, 1, 0.
Already, here we go.
2, 5, no. Chevrolet.
Course 487.
No, I'll probably make the bus chosen for us. Thank you very much. We'll maintain 340 at 487. Thanks.
487. Velocity 882 when ready to descend flight level 190.
And right down flight level 190, velocity 82.
Golf Bravo 516 when ready to descend flight level 190.
Level 190 is set.
When ready, flight level 190, 516.
Jetstar 530, connect center 125, base and circular. Qantas for 87, start clearance available.
Go ahead, Vatsim.
Qantas for 87, Lizzie to Zulu arrival, runway 34, maintain level 340.
Lizzie to Colorado, 194. Qantas for 87.
Cab 310 on the way down.
Qantas for 83, start clearance available.
Qantas 493.
Qantas 493, Lizzie to Zulu arrival, runway 34, maintain level 3, turn to advising current not speed.
Clear the Lizzie to Zulu arrival, 34 left, maintain level 340, may currently move, so mark decimal.
Actually on transition speed right now, aren't we?
493.
Qantas 493, returning to runway 34, due to market decimal 70 for now.
Not to say that it's a race with the worldflight crew, but it's a bit of a race.
Reduce mark decimal 70, Qantas 493.
There we go, descent. Cabin crew, prepare the aircraft for arrival.
Qantas 487, before you can't knock speed.
Current mark speed, decimal 77. Already done.
Qantas
Too
487.
early. There's a kind of a storm front. Well, it's not really storm front. It's just a low pressure system running through. And it's expected to hit Melbourne in about half an hour. 20 minutes or so.
Qantas 493, sequencing reduced to mark decimal 68.
6.8.
Qantas 493, we're still reducing our speed to decimal 700. Do you still want us to go to decimal 68?
Qantas 483, affirmative.
Reducing decimal 68, Qantas 493.
Once I get rid of those jets and replace them with turboprops.
Qantas 493, we're unable to reduce decimal 680 due to operation, but we're able to set with the wrong track if required.
Qantas 493, right, speak at
That's not a go. Seatbelt signs.
The best we can do is decimal, it's probably decimal 695 and from below that run up to Qantas 493.
Qantas 493, thanks anyway, below 7 but you can just reduce now decimal 7 and I'll see how we go in the future.
Maintain decimal 70 and Qantas. Correction, maintaining at market decimal 700, Qantas 493.
Velocity 882, eastbound 9000, QNH 1007.
Down 9000, QNH 1007, velocity 980. Okay.
And velocity 882, cancel speed restrictions.
Cancel speed, velocity 882. I like that. Delete.
And Pacific Golf Romeo 516 is leaving flight level 260 for 19000.
Alpha Romeo 516. Melbourne Tuner 1123 with you. At 1123 on the Sydney today.
Okay, going to be a bit of a hot approach. We're going to be high speed all the way down to Ippon. At which point we need to be 230 knots. So it's probably going to be about 280 knots all the way down. Let's go down. set, altitude into beam. Just got to let it idle for a little while. Yeah, It's picking up speed again to 320.
Trying to square 87 to cover both guys, current light speed. Current light speed at more than 8. Trying to square 87, we can increase a bit if you'd like. Trying to score 98, I just missed that mark. Yeah, 7. Corner 487, we're at mark 7, 8. Corner 487, cheers, increase to mark decimal 8, 0. Increasing mark decimal 8, 0.
Okay, so the approach briefings have been done, visual approach is all ready, and I'll be hand flying the aircraft from about shade. Let's move a full shade.
15 time 1000, turn F1007.
Now that's frequency, we have information X-ray. Frequency next is 1320. I'm going to switch to 1320, 1205 is the next one after that, and we'll switch it over. It'll probably give us a handoff just before Sheed, at which point we'll switch over, give them a call, and at that stage we'll have all the brakes out. Our time frame looking like 53.
Velocity 882, contact approach 132.0.
Go to approach 132.0, velocity 882. 3207. And I said 1205. Yeah, X-ray. Normal approach, velocity 882, 79,000, out of flight level 115 with X-ray. Melbourne approach, velocity 882.
Velocity 882, Melbourne approach.
Velocity 882 is the 79,000, out of flight level 105 with X-ray.
Velocity 882, approach runway 34.
Runway 34, velocity 882,000 to go. Cabin seat. Cabin crew seats for landing. Lights on. Oh, that speed lead off. So do we get to go down? We're on the standard profile now. Slightly above it.
Velocity 882 to 75,000.
Down to 5,000, velocity 882. Down to 5,000, altitude into inset.
Velocity 882, contact me on 125.2.
125.2, velocity 882. Number and velocity 882.
Velocity 882, descend to 4,000.
Down to 4,000, velocity 882. 4,000 set. So that's a frequency change to the same controller. That's pretty fun.
Make a little bit for 0.
Okay, speed 230 as per the profile. Just need to...
001, Melbourne. California 516, descend to 5,000, runway 34, expect the unnav Zulu approach.
Disney 5,000, approach for 34516.
Qantas 487. Velocity 882, descend 2,500, report visual.
2,500, we are visual now, velocity 882.
Velocity 882, from She, cleared visual approach, runway 34.
From She, cleared visual approach, runway 34, velocity 882. Beautiful visibility. I can see the Yarra River. I can pretty much see all the way down to Geelong. I can.
Qantas 493. Qantas 493, thanks for sequencing. Turn left to heading 170.
Sequencing, left heading 170, Qantas 493.
Qantas 487, for sequencing, maintain maximum speed in cruise and descend cancel speed restrictions below 10,000. When ready, descend to flight level 250.
Eureka Tower Skydeck up the top there.
Thanks.
Bounce around a little bit.
Well, I've been on the descent and we'll expect resistance cancel
On profile.
Repeat that.
Speed back release.
Qantas 487, flight level 250 when ready.
As mate,
250, I'm running, thanks very much.
deploy flat 1.
Rambo Delta 1123, start clearance available.
Ready to copy 1123.
Rambo Delta 1123, start clearance Lizzie to Zulu arrival.
Info checklist, altimeter set 1007.
Maintain flight level 340.
On both sides.
Lizzie 20,
Fly flat 5. Actually, speed check, holding.
Golf Romeo 516, descend 4,000.
Descend 4,516.
Velocity 882, contact Melbourne approach 132.0, good day.
132.0, velocity 882, yeah. 320 set. And let's drop flat 5. Melbourne approach, velocity 882, so setting to 2,500, we are visual.
Velocity 882, good afternoon, Melbourne approach, continue visual approach, 34.
Continue approach, 34, velocity 882. Switches are set. 1,000 to go, let's drop the gear. Speed brake is armed. Essendon out of marker. 3 green, flap 15. Set and speed 15. Landing checklist. Engine start switches are continuous. Speed brake is armed, loading gear down, 3 green. And holding on flaps, flap 30 is landing. Setting 340. Flap 30.
2,500.
Check. Speed intervene. 145. Called a freeway. Aeroplane. It's not quite the Santos Dumont, but it has its moments. Flight director off. Oh, bit of turbulence in that. About there. Probably going to gain a bunch of speed as we turn the corner into the headwind. There, flaps 30 and landing checklist is complete, just waiting on the clearance. On the Pappy. 1,000 feet.
Approaching minimums.
We are stable. Reducing speed for the stable.
Velocity 882, the winds are 010 degrees at 21 knots, runway 34 clear to land.
Runway 34 clear to land, velocity 882. Through 200 feet. You might want to give it earlier than that.
Echo Ferry 516, Melbourne approach. Echo Ferry 516, Melbourne approach.
10.
Floating forever. On the ground.
Melbourne approach, cross 494 requesting airways.
40 knots ground speed, 60 knots. 30 knots.
Course 194, good afternoon, Sydney approach. It's AM up approach. Go to Sydney, go there, south line draft, and maintain 5,000, runway 34. YSSY departure, squawk 3033.
Laps up.
With me, 132.0.
Clear to Sydney, Vatsim, planned route, which climb a 508 departure. Squawk 3033, departure Suzuki 132.0, course 494, evade Charlie 10.
Melbourne approach, Golf Romeo 516. Thanks, mate. I'm with you at about 7 mile out, 516.
Romeo 516, East going to maintain 2,500, report visual.
We're going to maintain 2,500 and I am visual with the field 516.
Romeo 516, the winds are 010 degrees at 31 knots, runway 34, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 34, 516, thanks, mate.
Tracking down Alpha, we'll be on Pier Echo, I'm thinking 6, last number.
City 882, Melbourne approach.
Velocity 882 as vacated Tango, track down Alpha to Echo Pier.
City 882, taxi via Echo Alpha to the bay.
Echo after the bay, yeah, velocity 882. Transponder is on. APU is ready. I have our guys visual on gate number 7. .5 of the fuel. Time is 57. We'll be in on the hour. How's that for on-time performance?
Melbourne approach, course 494, manage Charlie 10, request push.
City 490, start approved.
Course 494, push approved.
Gate Echo 7. Two greens. Green light. Into the arrow. Just a bit more. Stop on the red. Parking brake set. Engine number to shut down. AP on bus, AP on bleed, and we can shut down number 1. There's the hour, clock can stop. And let's shut down most of this stuff. Seatbelt signs go off. That happened at the 8 o'clock. I'll call it on time. Good. Let's grab the shutdown flows. We have fuel pumps off. Propane is off. Hydraulic panel is set. Flaps are up. Parking brake is set. Start lever is cut off and weather radar is off.
Via Foxtrot.
Weather and the radio is now off too. Very good. Doors coming open. And that's us. Hope you've enjoyed that. This is Musical Aviator, having flown from Sydney to Melbourne at flight level 240 into a massive headwind, which we went underneath. Virgin Australia flight 882. And this beautiful little bird. Hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. I always love a good Lizzie Victor arrival onto runway 34. It's always the highlight of the day. Best approach in Australia, except maybe someone in Cairns. Maybe. No, it might be this one. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the flight. This is Musical Aviator, signing off. Have a good night.